God is up to something, and I don't understand it. And we don't have to understand it. It's okay. But one thing I know is just when I think the enemy has been in my life, in the end, I see God's hand in it. I like one preacher was preaching Job, and he says, Job had double, and he says, God will give you double for your trouble. Amen. So sometimes when we're going through it, realize that God will bless, and He's blessed. I've seen, we're getting ready in the next few weeks to go back full time. I am. Sister Shirley will follow. Shortly, hopefully, if it's God's will. And, we did this one time. It's not as scary the second time because I've already been there and God has already brought us through, and I've seen His provision and provide. And one thing I know, it was easier the first time to sell out because I didn't quite have as much stuff. And it's easy when you got a little, but what God's doing is saying, okay, now that you got a little more things, now let's see if you're going to sell out. Can you let go of some of the things that we have? I got a message that I'm going to preach pretty soon, and the author is Jory. Where's Jory at? He said, I was at his house yesterday putting up some cameras, and he handed me, he says, here you go, and he took off. I'm like, what's this? He says, 2 messages. Wow. 2 sermons. Sorry, he called them sermons. And it's sermons 1 and sermons 2. And it talks about when people get stuff, they forget about God. And I'm like, well, that was the shortest, most powerful sermon I ever heard. And he didn't want to do it, so I told him I'd preach it. But sometimes we got stuff, and sometimes it's the difference between having stuff and does our stuff have us?